Welcome to KPOP.com.
I'm Millie.
And I'm Tay. And today we're going to be talking about comebacks from the month of July.
Yep. It was,
an interesting month, to say the least.
This is what I'm going to be calling July. It was the hit or miss month. It was like the bullseye was there, and everyone was just going off the board.
Yeah.
Not everyone, sorry.
Yeah,
Most
not
people
everyone.
were going off the board.
Yeah. It was, there were a lot of songs where I was just like, whatever about.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really add that many to my July, like my month of July playlist, which is weird for me. I usually love a lot of the comebacks that happen. But yeah, let's just get into it. Before we get started, I would like to make it clear that these are our opinions. If you are watching this, as one iconic K-pop commenter, Mara, says, you are responsible for the content that you consume and you are responsible for your reactions. So first we're going to talk about SF9, Summer Breeze. So I gave this an 8 out of 10. The song's draw is absolutely flawless to me. I'm obsessed with the fact that it has like a Western popish fusion thing. And like the looks, SF9 is a group full of visuals. Like I cannot lie. I'm in the process of learning all their names. Dragged it down for me was the dance. It wasn't up to par with what I know SF9 to be able to do, and I feel like it just could have been a lot better.
I 100% agree about the dance. The dance pulled it way down for me. And also, I liked the vibe of the song, but I didn't like it enough. Number one, I did not add this song to my playlist. Number two, the thing that saved it really was the visuals for me. The visuals and the knowledge that SF9 can do better. I give this one a 6 out of 10. Yeah. Like, that's how much the dance and the vibe, like, we did not work. It was not for me. And it's totally fine because I know that they're a great group and they're going to do great things. It just happens that this comeback in particular wasn't my vibe.
All right, next is the unit debut of Irene and Solgi from Red Velvet with their
little monster.
with their song Monster. Why did I give this a 9 out of 10? I'm like reading my notes. I don't. Millie, you talk while I read through this because I don't trust myself. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, for me, this is a 10 out of 10. I loved everything about this. I loved the looks. I loved the dance. The dance was so brilliant. Like the whole thing with them switching sides by the end and the mirroring. Beautiful, flawless, loved it. Lesbian vibes, I'm here for it. I don't care what you say, this is a lesbian anthem. Come for me, I don't care. Literally, I loved it.
Okay, I read through my notes and I remembered why I gave this a 9 out of 10. Okay, so in theory and on paper, this is a 10 out of 10 song. Obviously, Irene and Solgi, goddesses. Like Millie, I loved the vibe of the song. I love the dark vibe. It has an instant draw, like that. It's just so like addictive and just everything about it is perfect. The dance, I loved the mirroring thing that they did. The reason why I gave it a 9 out of 10 is because yes, I agree that this is a lesbian anthem, but however, I, as someone who is bisexual, I get a little tired of I don't want to call it queer baiting because at the end of the day, we don't know. And I know that in K-pop, there's a lot of push to appeal to fans by promoting skinship and stuff like that of the same genders. And I do feed into it, like sometimes, like literally when I was watching the music video, I was like yelling at it, just kiss already. Like,
screaming.
Yeah, I literally screamed it out loud. But at the end of the day, it does bother me a little bit. So that's the only reason why I gave it a 9 out of 10 for this. But on paper, it is a 10 out of 10 song.
It was added to my playlist.
Yes.
And I forgot to add that I love the fact that Red Velvet just decides to do whatever theme they want, no matter what the season.
Yeah.
You know? Like, this could have been a Halloween release.
Yeah.
But they were like, nah, July sounds great. Like,
it's beautiful. And the whole album.
in the middle of a pandemic.
Yeah.
Well, you know.
Yeah. And and the whole album was fantastic also. Next is Very Very with Thunder. Like so I gave this a 10 out of 10. At first I was like, another tough concept, but wow, this was so creative. I absolutely love the changes in speed throughout the song. Brilliant and unique composition. The music video kept me interested, a good amount of storyline as well as dance shots. The dance itself was beautiful, creative. Like And I'm so happy that there was a bridge. That was a good thing about this month is I feel like we're finally moving away from the empty bridges. And like I've noticed a trend of like dance breaks happening like at different parts of the song and then not being as long. And I'm enjoying that because we were stuck in a dance break bridge for a very long time.
Yeah, I thought the music video was really interesting. I loved the like Back to the Future, Goonies, Stranger Things vibes that they had. The song itself had a weird tempo that didn't really pull me. And then I like wrote like, oh, hopefully the dance will. And then the next bullet point is literally the dance. So the dance perfectly matched the changing tempo of the song and make me like it more. So I literally wrote, will listen to more because of the dance. So I give this one a 8 out of 10 and it was added to my playlist.
Yes. All right. Next is exo-sc, the subunit with 1 billion views. So Millie, why don't you go ahead and start this one?
I said that this was like a great summer vibe song. Here's a weird thing I've noticed after we watched this one. I realized that I usually like the subunits or solo songs of EXO members more than the actual group of EXO when they release songs. Not sure why that is. I feel like maybe it could be just more artistic freedom because there's less people in it. I loved the suit jacket look. I wish that that was the look the entire music video. But I did think that it was very fun and a great choice of collaboration. However, I did not add it to my playlist. I don't know. Summer vibey songs are a little bit harder to get through to me. Like, you really have to impress me. Like, it felt great. I don't know. There was just something missing, so I gave it a 7 out of 10.
I gave this a 9 out of 10 and I did add it to my playlist. Cause this song is just, it's my vibe, like to a T. I love the upbeat lo-fi genre thing that they did. The looks are beautiful. They're very attractive men. The point that Millie made about the suits, I totally agree with. The music video I loved. I'm literally a whore for neon lights. So the neon, like with the yellow haze, really fit the vibe. And I thought the dance was really appropriate. It wasn't too much, not too little. I wish there were stages for this. I think that's why I gave it a 9 out of 10. I feel like this song could have been promoted better.
All right, and then we're moving on to Shadow Play by Pink Fantasy Shadow. This was a subunit song, and I literally wrote, I just don't have much to say. Something just felt uncomfortable with this song. The stage was but I was just pretty bored. The most interesting part of the music video was the one girl being snatched on the floor. Yeah, there was just nothing stood out. It didn't make sense that this was like their choice for the debut. I don't know. It felt weird. So I gave it a 3 out of 10 and it was not added to my playlist.
Yeah, I gave this a 2 out of 10. The song felt really empty. I feel like there was no structure to it and it had me confused. Like, did one member whisper stupid at the end? Also, I cannot speak on behalf of like South Asian or Desi fans, but given that there was an instance of cultural appropriation in a teaser photo, I felt like they walked a very thin line. I'll need to educate myself more on that, but like Millie said, I did feel uncomfortable watching it.
Moving on to Count 1, 2 by 2. This was a very fun music video, and this one had a 70s summer vibe. The dance was a great use of their members. I really loved the feminine hand motions with masculine leg movement, and it was cute without being sickening. And I gave this a 10 out of 10, and it was added to my playlist.
Yes, I also gave this a 10 out of 10. The musicality was like really fun. I loved the concept so much. The music video was wonderful. And also, yeah, the dance wasn't lacking in anything or overbearing. I feel like so often choreographers for male groups don't know how to choreograph these kinds of songs. And this one was definitely very, very well done. I would like to learn more about too.
Next is Bad Guy by m.o.n.t.
Baby, no, I'm only you. I'll be your bad guy.
I liked the pacing of the music video. The looks were pretty strong. The dance was cool, but the song was so bland. Like it just had, where is the flavor? I didn't feel it. You know, I just had no connection. And if you're not going to pull me, someone who does not know your group, it's a no from me. So it was not added to my playlist, and I gave this comeback a 5 out of 10.
Yeah, I gave this comeback a 6 out of 10. I feel like if you're going to name your song the same name as one of the biggest songs of 2019. You should do a bit better. I liked the concept and the visuals were good, but it was very, very standard. And when I found out more about the group and how they have an expiration date, I felt even more bad. So I was like, this is a kind of an unfortunate comeback. I hope the fans are satisfied, but for me, I was not.
And I'd like to add that I despise groups with an expiration date. I think that is a terrible concept.
Yeah, but that's a video for another time.
Exactly.
Yeah, so we'll be brief with this one because I feel like everyone is just kind of on the same page.
Thankfully.
Next is the debut of the duo XRO with Welcome to My Jungle. I gave this a 0 out of 10. It was very racist, and I think that, I'm certain that in the year 2020, there is absolutely no excuse for idols to be debuting like this.
I have literally nothing to add other than how. Like, how does it get by that many people? And then also the pressure to debut under something like this. If the artist knew, like, I hope that they knew that this was awful. And the fact that they had to do this under contract is just such a mental. It was mental. It was a absolutely crazy, insane move by this company. And it feels like they just set them up to dig their own graves.
Yeah, like I still will hope for the best for the artist, but I'm not personally affected by the hurtful words of this song, but even so, I'm not really going to give this group a second glance because I just feel like that's just it's really inexcusable in this day and age. Okay, next is Must Be Realize.
Bada bing, bada boom, 모두 다 여기부터 sing like la 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 la.
So I literally wrote like in all caps with periods after every word, love this sound. This song is brilliant. We watched it right after XRO and thank the universe that we did because it was so very good. I really want to support this group. I'm giving this a 9 out of 10.
I also gave this one a 9 out of 10. I wrote Big Bang vibes without having to support Big Bang. Dance was both complicated but easy enough to make it fun for people to learn with challenges. And I said good looks, maybe more makeup. Can't really remember why I said that, but I will stand by it. Maybe more makeup. And I haven't added this one to my playlist yet, but that's just because I've been really lacking on adding things.
Yeah.
So as it got towards the end of the month, it really isn't. I just have to listen to it one more time, and I probably will add it to my playlist.
Yeah. Okay, next is 80s Inception. All right, so
Wait. We must have a warning here.
Oh, okay.
Tay is, in fact, an 18-y.
Yes.
I feel like I can't call myself one yet because I can't keep all their names straight, but I promise I will eventually. I'm at 5 out of 8 right now.
Yeah.
So, I'm
She's
almost
getting
there. So do take that in mind with our opinion.
Yeah. Okay, so obviously this is a 10 out of 10 for me. I was so excited for this comeback, and I'm so obsessed with the I'm in love. Oh my gosh. Hongjung with blue hair did something to me. I love how there was a brief dance break after the first chorus instead of at the bridge. All the visuals were killer. Songhwa really went there. Wooyoung and Yeosang's hair, luscious. I love it so much. Mingi's undercut killed me. I loved Joongi in that half skirt in their comeback stage. I feel like each of the members really had a chance to stand out. Like Yeosang's little solo like dance break, that was so cute. This is definitely Songhwa's comeback. Loved this song to death.
This will also be a 10 out of 10 for me. I cannot go that in-depth into all the notes. But I was just genuinely so impressed because I listened to their albums, I do know that they have this ability, but it was such a B-side sound, which was crazy because it, despite being that sort of sound, it still very much looked, acted, and portrayed itself as a comeback song. Like, it was perfectly balanced, and I thought that it really showed the artistic growth of ATEEZ.
Yeah.
And I'm just very excited that they're progressing in their artistic showmanship, and I know that this only means even better things for them. Yeah. 10 out of 10, obviously added to my playlist because we were supposed to see them this year. So,
that's
wear your mask and wash your hands.
Please do that so that Tae can finally go feral over Hong Joong in concert. Okay, next is chic&idle 3-4. This is a debut. I gave this a 6.5 out of 10. First note I wrote, skirts were very short, like unnecessarily short. I was seeing their safety shorts so much. It feels like a really weak debut song, to be honest. I could tell it was low budget, which isn't bad, but it felt like it wasn't mixed properly in some areas of the song. But there were solid visuals, but honestly, the song isn't really memorable. I listened to it probably 3 times, and right now I can't even tell you what the melody is. The dance was all right, not really sure what the killing move is. I hope that chic&idle get better in the future. I mean, this is a debut, but given what the 4th gen has been bringing to us, it doesn't really meet the standard for me.
Yeah, I gave this a 5 out of 10. The music video has 2nd gen vibes, which I thought was very interesting for a group to debut with that sort of feel. I don't think it's a bad idea. I just think it could have been executed better. Yeah, it doesn't feel like a debut song. The dance was cute. I did appreciate the amount of formation changes and movement in the dance. It feels like all their money went to the music video locations. Like, they changed locations a lot, which made it feel a little more high production value. But it's like, why would you do that? You should put it into the song, because the song did not match the amount that it was portraying. Yeah. And I thought that it could possibly be too lyric dependent to be a debut. It was not added to my playlist.
Next is m.o.n.t with Boom Bang.
Bang, bang, boom, bang. Now,
I don't know if this is an idol group. I don't know much about this group. This is my first time hearing of them. But this song is, once again, my vibe. Like, it's so chill. It doesn't feel like an idol group song, but I'm still, like, obsessed with it. Once again, low production, but it didn't feel like it. It felt very appropriate to the vibe of the song. I didn't feel like I was lacking anything. I adored the fan thank yous at the end. It literally made my heart burst. I'm giving this a 9 out of 10.
So I was a little harsher on it. I gave it a 7 out of 10. However, the fan thank yous at the end did boost it up a lot for me, just because it reminded me of, like, when I got into Busters, who is another small group, and, like, how they handmade little lunches for their 11 seats at the Isaac, and then only, like, 3 people came, and, like, I can't, anyway. This isn't about them. This is about Boom Bang by m.o.n.t. Yeah, fun summery vibes. I definitely agree that even though the music video wasn't high production, it totally made sense for the song. It didn't feel lacking at all. It's just, like I said before, summery vibes, it takes, I don't know what it takes. It takes a lot just to break through, like, we can't all be Dance the Night Away, all right? It's fine. We can't all do that. Next is Now or Never by April. Now this was truly perfect summer vibes. Visually, the music video was pretty standard. However, I did like the coloring. That was something beautiful about that, so hats off to the editor. I wrote that it definitely can sit with Dance the Night Away, but is not the main character. I was very happy about the full chorus. The dance is appealing, fun, and I really liked their outfits, especially for the stage that we watched. I thought that they were very cute, and also they were actually longer in the stage. Like, they were a little bit shorter in the music video, but it looked like the same outfit, just lengthened, which I appreciated because it's hard for girls in the summer. I gave this one a 8 out of 10.
I also gave this an 8 out of 10. My first note is 2020 S.I.S Summer Bop. It's a very standard summer song. There was no empty space. There was a full bridge. The killing move was so adorable. Like, Millie and I were literally doing it while, like, by the end of the stage that we were watching. It's only an 8 out of 10 for me because it was great, but it's one of those songs where I have to listen to it a few times before I really get into it.
Not the main character.
Yeah.
Okay. K99 by Kimbo, or Keembo. Not sure how they're going to pronounce that.
Yeah, you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 가면 괜찮아.
I said that this feels like a high song in the best way. Like, it was just, that vibe is so hard to get. And I feel like before this group, I didn't think anyone could do it besides highs. So hats off to them. Great vibes, strong vocals, tattoos.
Oh my god.
Tattoos.
Those tattoos.
Color tattoos on an idol.
Beautiful.
That really impressed me. And I really liked that the music video felt perfect for the song. It just felt comforting. I gave it a 7 out of 10, and it was added to my playlist.
Yeah, I gave this a 7 out of 10 as well. I really loved the vibes. The vocals were immaculate in this. Given that both of these girls, I believe, I think both of them came from Spica, and with the way that group ended, I'm really glad that they're still pursuing something. It doesn't feel like an idol song. There wasn't any stages for it, but still, it was really good. I enjoyed it. Low production, but again, just like the m.o.n.t song, it still fit the vibe very nicely. So yeah, I look forward to seeing more from these girls.
All right, and next is Don't Wait by s.i.s, or s.i.s.
언제가 되어도 좋으니까.
They said cottagecore. Very acoustic-y vibes. I really liked this comeback because it takes away from the quote-unquote K-pop is supposed to be bubblegum stigma of comebacks, because it sounds like a B-side. And I really like that. I feel like there are a lot of groups right now who are starting to break that mold, and hopefully the global population will take notice of that. 8 out of 10 added.
Yeah, I gave this a 7 out of 10. I loved the cottagecore vibes. They were very soft babies. I adored the vocals. Not a strong comeback, but I do agree with Millie in that sense, because I initially said, like, I don't like that this is their comeback song, but then Millie was like, I disagreed, and when she explained why, I was like, oh, okay, like, I caught myself slipping, like, I understand now, so I will warm up to that idea. I gave it a 7 out of 10 because, once again, I just need to listen to it a few more times, but overall, really good. All right, next we have a debut, Blastar, One Way.
The way I am, 내 길을 가볼게. 내 방식대로 해. 날 믿어주겠니? 나를 따라.
Very, very good debut. I loved the rap. The rapper, I see big things for her. The dance seemed wonderful from what I could see, because there isn't a stage for this. I really hope that we can see a stage from them, because this was such a strong debut. Low quality, but it didn't take away from how good the song is. And I learned that one of the members, this is their 5th girl group, and I really, really hope that this would be their last one, and I want this group to succeed. Look out for Blastar, y'all, go stream their song.
Like, when we learned about the fact that this was the 5th group for that one girl, I was like, oh, my whole heart gut-wrenched. I loved that strip down before the first chorus. There was like a strip down moment of the music, but it was just like so perfectly timed, and I really want to see the stage for it. The looks, the vibes were strong, and of course I wrote in all caps, female rapper, because, you know, I think we've mentioned it before, I'm not completely sure, but we talk about it all the time, how rare it is to have like a true rapper in female idol groups, because it's far and few between. Plenty of girls rap,
And they're good.
but they're just not, they don't have it.
Yeah.
You know, for example, like LE from EXID,
Soyeon from G-Idle.
or
Jessie.
oh yes, or Jessie, soloist Jessie. Oh, and I also loved the Blastar logo. It was only
my
in there
gosh,
for a second,
yeah.
and I was like, "Ooh, this is great."
Really, like, I could wear that.
For sure. Like, I definitely hope that, it was obvious that they came from a very, very small company, but I do really hope they get to promote this song, because it definitely deserves to be seen. And I gave it a 9 out of 10, and it was added to my playlist.
All right, last group we're going to talk about, which is G-Friend, Apple.
뜨거운 춤을 춘다. 내 안에 별이 뜬다.
Okay, I gave this a 9 out of 10. It's kind of the same deal as Monster, in the sense that, like, on paper and in my heart, this is a 10 out of 10 song. I can't tell you how obsessed I am with this song. I loved the witchy vibe so much. This song is amazing. The dance is beautiful. I love that G-Friend is like expanding their artistry and trying new things. It is incredible. Just once again, like with Monster, I just gave it a 9 out of 10 for the very intense queer baiting in this. But like I said, at the end of the day, we don't know. It's just a personal thing for me.
Yeah, I gave this one a 10 out of 10. As your resident K-pop witch, I can tell you that I very much appreciate these vibes that all the girl groups are putting out lately. Totally here for it. Claim that energy. Like, I really loved the song. I thought that the Apple usage was pretty common for K-pop, but I'm not tired of it.
Yeah,
like,
no,
no matter how many
it's
times I
so
see it,
good.
they do it well and they do it different every time. I'm not tired of it.
Apple imagery.
Everything about it, loved it. 10 out of 10, added to my playlist. I mean, G-Friend, it's so different from the last comeback, which was also great. I feel like they're just really expanding their repertoire right now.
All right, so this has been our review of July 2020 comebacks.
Yes, and it should be noted that there were actually a lot of solo artist comebacks, so that video will also be coming out, most likely after this one.
Yeah, but for right now, enjoy us talking about the groups.
Stans. K-pop stans. We know you read fanfiction. If you'd like to listen to us talk about fanfiction, go look us up on Spotify and other listening platforms to find our podcast, K-pop Pillow Talk. And you can follow us on Twitter or Instagram at K-pop Pillow Talk.
So thanks for tuning in to kpop.com.
I'm Millie.
I'm Tay.
Borahe!